Green flag's out. We're racing. Side by side for third. Down on the inside is Johnny Collins in the 14 car. He'll take the position off of turn number 4. Now looking to the inside of Hollingsworth. It's Collins on the inside of Hollingsworth as they battle for the second and final transfer spot into turn number 3. They're still side by sides. Collins powers underneath coming off the 4th turn. Hollingsworth drifts up high. He falls back to 3rd. Caution flag out on the speedway. Got 2 cars to see. Mike Pegger Jr. and 12th will be the 73 of Greg Robertson. 2 laps in the books, 10 to go. Green flag is out. It's still Collins now looking to the inside of the race leader. Ivan and Lloyd, they're side by side down the back straightaway. Collins on the inside, Lloyd on the outside, still wheel to wheel up a turn number 4. Ivan and Lloyd just noses ahead of Collins at the start-finish line. They're still door handle to door handle, off a 2 down the back straightaway. Collins pulls out to a half car length lead, and now it's a 3-way dance for the leader. 3 wide off at turn 4 on the bottom. Ronnie Lee Hollingsworth dives underneath both cars to grab the lead. Hollingsworth out in front. Now Ivan and Lloyd to the inside of Johnny Collins down the back straightaway to turn 3. They're still side by side for that second and final transfer spot. Ivan and Lloyd gets the spot down the front straightaway. So it's Ronnie Lee Hollingsworth out in front. He's got about a 5-car length advantage now over Ivan and Lloyd Jr. as they work turns 3 and 4. Back in 3rd, first driver on the outside looking in. It's Johnny Collins in the 14 car. Still in 4th, the 7F of Jason Fitzgerald. Brandon Umberger running 5th in the 44W. Right foot Ronnie Lee Hollingsworth closed in. Made a bonsai move on the inside to grab the lead. As Ivan and Lloyd Jr. and Johnny Collins were battling side by side. Now we've got caution on the speedway. 18D Tate Davenport clipped the Ute tire coming off of turn 4. He spun to the infield to bring out the caution flag. So the field now, get the field doubled up. They'll get the 1 to go signal. This way Park. Field doubled up behind him. He'll bring him into turn 4. Picks up the pace. Green flag's out. We're racing. Ronnie Lee Hollingsworth out in front. Ivan and Lloyd Jr. trying to get an advantage on Johnny Collins as they race side by side down the back straightaway. Collins working the outside. It's Ivan and Lloyd, the professor, on the inside. He clears the 14 car of Collins down the front straightaway. Looks like the 73 of Greg Robertson once again spinning in turn 4. He's got it back underway. And the field in turn 4. Ronnie Lee Hollingsworth on the gas. Green flag's out. Ronnie Lee Hollingsworth remains a leader as Ivan and Lloyd Jr. momentarily cleared Collins, but Collins charging hard on the outside. He'll pull up alongside Lloyd in turn 3. They're side by side off the 4th turn now. Jason Fitzgerald making it a 3-way dance for second. He's right on the back bumper. He's trying to bring Brandon Umberger with him or make that Dalton Myers in the 54 car now right up in the thick of things. Ivan and Lloyd Jr. clears Collins off of 4. That opens the door for Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald to the inside of the 14 car of Collins. They're wheel to wheel down the back straightaway for 3rd. But right now, they're just racing for the pole position in that first B main coming up later on tonight. White flag in the air. Ronnie Lee Hollingsworth with a big lead, a half straightaway lead down the back straightaway into turn 3. He'll be looking at the checkered flag. And Ronnie Lee Hollingsworth earns the pole for the main event tonight with a win in heat race number 1. All right, here we go up turn 4. Green flag's out. Martin and Davenport battle for the lead in turn number 1. Side by side off at 2. It'll be Davenport by a half car length down the back straightaway. Martin staying right with him in the 21 car. Martin will read past Davenport off 4, but Davenport coming back on the outside. He'll lead lap number 1. They're still side by side up front for the lead. Jonathan Davenport, he'll out-drag Cody Martin down the back straightaway to take the lead. Martin falls into the 2nd spot. First driver on the outside looking in, Darren Peters in the 1P machine. Bob Gardner running 4th, Michael Lake in 5th. Jonathan Davenport now pulling away from Cody Martin. He's got a half straightaway lead now on the back straightaway with 4 laps in the books. Darren Peters trying to reel in Martin to battle for that second and final transfer spot. Good battle for 4th and 5th behind Peters. You got the 4G of Bob Gardner trying to hold off the 11-year-old driver out of Uniontown, Pennsylvania, Michael Lake. We're at the halfway point, 6 down and 6 to go. Jonathan Davenport still pulling away from Cody Martin, almost a full straightaway lead now. Here comes Superman off the 4th turn. 5 to go. Darren Peters trying to reel in the second place car of Cody Martin here in the closing laps. Jonathan Davenport down to click off lap number 9. 3 laps to go. Big lead for Davenport. So far, Martin able to maintain about a 10-car length advantage over Darren Peters. But here comes Jonathan Davenport. 2 laps to go. Davenport has packed his bags, turned in the key, and checked out on the field. White flag is in the air. Jonathan Davenport with 1 lap to go. It's still Cody Martin in second. Darren Peters in third. Bob Gardner in fourth. Michael Lake in fifth. Checkered flag out for Jonathan Davenport in car number 49. In turn 4. They're in it. They're on it. Green flag's out. We're racing. Kyle Bronson grabs the lead off of turn number 2 with Justin McCree in second. Looking to the inside. Sean Smith in the 17 SS. Smith way down on the bottom. Can't get underneath J-Mac. So Bronson out front. McCree in second. Sean Smith right there in third as the top 3 cars put about 6 car lengths on a side-by-side battle for 4th. Between Mark Tice in the 24 and the 2S of Andrew Satterley. So Kyle Bronson leading down the back straightaway with J-Mac in second. Sean Smith, first driver on the outside, looking in third. Austin Kirkpatrick in the 11 car, now working with Mark Tice as they battle side by side for 4th down the back straightaway. Bronson still leading the way. He's got about a 4-car length advantage over Justin McCree in car number 25. J-Mac, he's got about a 6-car length advantage on the 3rd place car, Sean Smith in the 17 SS. It's now the 11 car, Kirkpatrick. He's gotten by Tice up into 4th. Mark Tice running 5th. Coming up to the halfway point, cross flags being shown to the field, 6 down and 6 to go. Kyle Bronson continues to lead the 25 of Justin McCree. Those are your top 2 cars as they begin to pull away from the 3rd place machine of Sean Smith in the 17 SS. Coming up on 2 to go, race leader Kyle Bronson coming up on the last car on the lead lap. That'll be the 11P of Jordan Peters. Bronson looks to the inside, has to get on the brakes. Now J-Mac will close in. Field's been given the 2 to go signal. Bronson trying to get underneath Jordan Peters. Here comes the 25 of J-Mac. White flags in the air. Bronson wrestles the inside away from Peters in turn 1 and 2. Gets by him. Now it's J-Mac right on his back bumper. Here they come to the checkered flag. Bronson will take the win. McCree in second. And Sean Smith will finish third. All right, here they come off of turn 4. Green flag's out. Bobby Richardson grabs the lead, but here comes Keith Osbish in the 0-2 car on the outside. Ronnie Johnson in third. First driver on the outside looking in, and Richardson spins off of turn 4. Caution flag coming out on the speedway. Bobby Richardson, the pole sitter, spun off of turn 4 to the infield. And everybody got by on the outside. 1 lap in the books. Osbish brings him into turn 4, picks up the pace. Green flag's out. Shannon Lee up on the outside, challenging Ronnie Johnson for second. The General will take the spot into turn number 3. Ronnie Johnson, the veteran, dives underneath Lee. They're still side by side. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1. Ronnie Johnson on the bottom off of 2. A half car length advantage. Now he clears the 47 down the back straightaway. Keith Osbish leading the way with Ronnie Johnson second. Shannon Lee right there in third. Fourth is the 311. A Ken Monahan. Fifth is Jeremy Shaw in the 1S. So Keith Osbish pulling away from Ronnie Johnson in car number 5. Shannon Lee still the first driver on the outside looking in third. Bobby Richardson into the infield in car number 45. The pole sitter is out of it. Osbish still out in front and in command of this race. 3/4 of a straightaway lead over Ronnie Johnson in car number 5 as RJ puts a half straightaway on the third place car of Shannon Lee. It's still the 311 car. Ken Monahan in fourth. Jeremy Shaw fifth in the 1S. Marcus Minga off the pace. He'll bring the 19 car to the infield. 2 to go, signal out for Keith Osbish in the 02 car. Ronnie Johnson riding in the second spot with Shannon Lee. First driver on the outside looking in, holding down third. White flag in the air, 1 lap to go for Keith Osbish. And Keith Osbish will take the win in the 02 car. Ronnie Johnson finishes second. Green flag is out. Side by side for the lead in turn number 1. Brent Barrett battling with Jake Teague. They're still side by side down the backstretch. Jake Teague will wrestle the lead away from Brent Barrett. Barrett goes to the outside. That opens the door for Doug Horton in car number 11. So Jake Teague leading Brent Barrett. Doug Horton in third. First driver on the outside looking in. The D2, Nolan Dalton holding down the 4th spot. So Jake Teague pulling away from Brent Barrett. Teague out in front, Barrett running second, but he's back about 15 car lengths. Then 2 car lengths back to the third place car, Doug Horton in car number 11. Horton, the first driver on the outside looking in. Right there with Horton in fourth, the 2D and Nolan Dalton. Cross flags being shown to the drivers. We're at the halfway point, 6 down and 6 to go. Heat race number 5 on the speedway. Jake Teague with a half straightaway lead now over Brent Barrett in the 110 car. Doug Horton staying right with the second place driver. Horton in third, beginning to look inside off of turn 4. So Horton looking to make a move in the second half of heat race number 5 to race his way into the main event. Right now he's on the outside looking in. He's looking to the inside of Barrett in turn 3. Here they come side by side off of turn 4 for the second and final transfer spot. Barrett holds off Horton in turn number 1. Puts a car length on him down the back straightaway. So now Doug Horton going to have to reload the number 11 to try to take another shot at the second place car of Brent Barrett. Jake Teague out in front. He's packed his bags, turned into key, and checked out on the field. He's already moving up on the cars on the tail end of the lead lap. He'll be closing in on Philip Pittman in the 99 Junior, trying to put him a lap down in turn 2. Horton trying to regroup, now beginning to look to the inside of Barrett off of turn number 2. They'll race down the back straightaway. Horton gets to the inside of Barrett in turn number 3. Can't throw the slider, but he can off of 4. Down to the stripe, it's still Barrett by inches. White flags in the air. The battles for the second and final transfer spot. Jake Teague out in front, he's gone. He'll take the checkered flag of the win. Here's your battle for second on the turn 4. Doug Horton, out on the inside. He'll take the spot by a half car length over Brent Barrett. Star. It's your starting lineup. Heat race number 6 as they come down for the green flag. Battle up front for the lead. Jeff Matthews and Dennis Rambo Franklin going after it through 1 and 2. Matthews will take the lead. Caution flag coming out. Trouble on the back straightaway. Jeff Matthews, Dennis Franklin in the starting box. They're in it, they're on it. Green flag's out, we're racing. Jeff Matthews grabs the lead in turn 2. Franklin still up on the outside. Franklin will tuck in behind Matthews in turn number 3. David Earl Gentry running third. In car number 56, Walker Arthur driving underneath Philip Cobb to take over the 4th spot. Now it'll be Gentry and Franklin battling side by side for second in turn 3. Down on the bottom, it's David Earl Gentry getting underneath Dennis Rambo Franklin. So Gentry up to second, Franklin back to third. The first driver on the outside looking in, Jeff Matthews, your leader, in car number 33. So Jeff Matthews out in front. He's got about an 8-car length advantage over David Earl Gentry as Gentry tries to chase him down in the 56 car. Dennis Rambo Franklin on the outside looking in third in car number 2. Walker Arthur running 4th in car number 87. Fifth will be the 32 of Philip Cobb. They're being shown the cross flags. 6 down, 6 to go in heat race number 6. David Earl Gentry closing in another car length on Jeff Matthews in the 33 cars. They race down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Gentry now closing to within 5 car lengths of Jeff Matthews. 7 down, less than 5 to go. It's still Franklin in second. Arthur in 4th, and 5th is Cobb. Field's been shown the 2 to go signal. Here comes your race leader off the 4th turn. White flags in the air. 1 lap to go for Jeff Matthews as he's put some lap cars between himself and David Earl Gentry as Jeff Matthews pulls away on the final lap. Checkered flag will be coming out this time around, and Jeff Matthews will take the win. David Earl Gentry will finish second. Third goes to Dennis Franklin.